Good afternoon, everybody. It's me, Johnny, here with another reaction and analysis video. Today we're going back to VoicePlay to look at the cover of I Can't Make You Love Me featuring EJ Cardona. I'm a little bit late to the train on this one, but we're getting into it. I really like this arrangement and I'm excited to analyze it. Without further ado, let's get into it. And we're live. Let's do this. So the key we're in is B flat major, but we start on a minor chord, G minor, and then we'll go to that clash there. A lot of clashing in this intro, a lot of dissonant harmonies and stuff. From our four background singers, Cesar, you just told me it's from Caesar. Caesar's taking the lead here. We have Jeff, Ellie, EJ, and Lane doing the backgrounds throughout the section, and it's very nice to hear Lane singing for an entire piece, taking the baritone part.
Turn down the lights, turn down the bed, turn down these voices inside my head.
And just to have Caesar and Jeff doing this part together, this opening part, is just like this feeling of simplicity that you can't replace. It's just so good. Such a good way to start the melody here. We have Caesar on G4 up there. Very nice, very soft mix up there.
Turn down the lights, turn down the bed, turn down these voices inside my head. Lay down with me, tell me no lies, just hold me close, don't patronize.
So this is where we start to mix up the melody a little bit in the voice play manner. Some really nice riffs from Caesar, and B flat 1 down there in the bass. Very soft tone for singing it that low in chest voice.
Down with me.
But as we get these background vocals back in, we get a lot more of that dissonance that we so love to hear in songs like this.
Tell me no lies, just hold me close, don't.
So when Caesar goes up there, we have something like, I'm probably not going to find the exact chord that they're doing, but the background vocals have just hold me close, very softly sung in their respective pitches that I am unable to find at the moment. But this is the usual voice play scheme of breaking the text, having it sung in a different rhythm pattern than the melody underneath the melody, and I think it works really beautifully here.
Close, don't patronize, don't patronize me, 'cause I can't make you love.
So when we end this line here, listen to this. So we really linger on those G's. We really linger in Caesar's part as we kind of decrescendo out, and then we get a break. Like it just pauses, no vocals for a second.
'Cause I can't
Excuse me.
'Cause I can't make you love me if you.
So as soon as we come in with this kind of chorus idea, up to a B flat there, by the way, Very nice. So when we get to this kind of chorus section, we get this momentum idea that I love to talk about so much, where we have the background vocals singing the text now, just is still very soft, still on their various harmonic responsibilities. Um, but we're starting to get a little bit more momentum here.
'Cause I can't make you love me if you
Excuse me.
don't. You can't
I love a good resolution to a four there.
if you don't.
Very beautiful.
You can't make your heart feel something it won't.
So in music, for those who don't know, you have a scale that your song is based on, and every degree, every note in that scale has a different responsibility, I suppose. They all have a different reason for being there, and they all serve a different purpose in music usually. So, the four that I mentioned before that they resolve to is responsible for feeling like a false resolution a lot of the time. So, a chord built on the four feels like it should be resolute, but it's not quite. And what they do here is they land on the four again, and then they go up to a five, which is called the dominant of the scale, the fifth note. And that always wants to lead to the resolution, the root or the first note of the scale. So 4-5-1 is a pretty common progression in music. That's just a little tidbit for those who aren't quite as familiar with chord progressions.
Feel something it won't hear.
So we do get that 5-4-1 there. Unless, excuse me.
It won't hear.
I was wrong, look at that. So we do get 4, and then 5, and then we resolve to 6. That's the minor note. That's 6. The 6th scale degree there. So that's my mistake. Usually you want to resolve to 1, but the fact that they resolved to 6 here is just a little bit of creative liberty. Now, mind you, I don't know the original song. I should probably listen to that before I react to VoicePlay's cover of it, generally speaking, but that's my bad.
Dark in these final hours, I will lay down my heart, and I feel the power, but you won't know.
So we have so much like swelling in the backgrounds, like these crescendo decrescendo underneath Caesar's part. Also, I am obsessed with Caesar's voice, and he's one of my favorite singers of all time. So I really enjoy having him take the lead for the first half of the song.
But you won't know. You won't. 'Cause I can't make you love me if you don't. No, if you don't.
One thing I appreciate about a slower arrangement is the ability to just linger. Like, a lot of the time we want to push forward, but I really love the fact, especially in Jeff's arrangements, that you're able to just sit here and take in the beauty of what's happening. And I've talked about that a lot. It's very prominent in songs like Running Up That Hill or the Skyrim theme that they did. It's just like the atmosphere. They're able to establish this sense of we don't really need to go anywhere at the moment. We can just sit in this mood we've created, and they do it really beautifully here as well. So like we don't need to continue straight on with the melody. We can have Caesar just hang out up there and do his little riffs that he has going on.
No, if you don't, no, if you don't.
We did get a spattering of dum-dum-dums in there to keep the energy going. Very nice arrangement decision.
I'll close my eyes, and then I won't see the love you don't feel when you're holding me.
So Caesar's voice is a lot softer than EJ's, which I think is the reason he takes the opening of the song, and as we have this bigger section, with slightly more energy and momentum, we give it to EJ, who has the bigger voice, and that's nothing against Caesar. Like I said, I am in love with his voice, but it makes more sense to give EJ the bigger part of the song because he has the bigger voice. I am not crying, I promise. My eyes just water early in the morning.
I won't see the love you don't feel when you're holding me.
So obviously we have the snaps going on to keep tempo, whereas in Caesar's part we had more fluctuation in the tempo. We also have Jeff's bass part being a little bit busier, and the other background vocals too are a little bit busier. And by busier, I just mean they're moving in more subdivided rhythms. The background vocals are singing more of the text in their rhythmic patterns assigned by Jeff. So some very good stuff to establish the faster pace here, or the higher energy pace.
No, the morning will come, and I'll do what's right. Just give me till then to give up this fight, and I will give up this fight.
Yeah. Way to be the lead tenor, Ellie. Up to an F there on that riff.
Give up this fight.
Something like that up there on that riff. Yeah, up to that F.
I can't make you love me if you don't. You can't make your heart feel.
Very beautiful tone on that high B flat.
Something it won't hear it.
You can hear the push that the background vocals have to fortify the energy that EJ has going. The push in the text that they're singing.
Something it won't hear in the dark. In these final hours, I will lay down my heart, and I'll feel the power, but you won't. No, you won't.
F1 sub there from Jeff.
I can't make you love me. 'Cause I can't make you love.
Love having Lane lead a baritone part. So we have and the melody, and then Lane echoes down an octave. Cause I can't make... Okay, so the problem is I just woke up. I recorded How Great Thou Art and then this. So it's not usually that high for me, but morning voice. Whereas I almost have a B flat one. Cool. But this isn't about me. This is about them. I love having Lane lead the counter melody there, or the kind of echo that we have going on. I think his voice is really good for it. A very nice light baritone voice.
Cause
So instead of if you don't there, he just EJ just holds that D, while Lane Lane takes the echo there. Um, so maybe I don't know if this part is in the original, the echo part. I don't even know what the original is, to be honest. I'm just looking at this from the lens of it's a voice play song. But yeah. So holding that D to give Lane his chance. That's a pretty simple but pretty effective arrangement tactic here.
No, I can't make you love me. 'Cause I can't make you love me.
Well, I can't make you love me if you don't. You can't.
There's that 4 again. Also, it's a B flat 1 from Jeff, and I like that they're gonna give Jeff a solo. They don't need to go super crazy. They can just have a very nice soft moment to just take in the coolness of the bass and how pretty it can be if you sing it with this light tone, which I think he does really well. Like, that's so low to be singing with such a luscious richness, but he does it incredibly well.
If you don't, you can't make your heart feel something it won't.
Here in the dark.
Yeah. High D for me, Jay.
Here in the dark. In these final hours.
And when we come out of Jeff's softer part, we just hit it with such a big impact.
It won't.
Here in the dark.
We do crescendo into it, but it's like, whoa, where did this come from?
In these final hours, I will lay down my heart.
Ooh, I didn't even notice that. Okay, so if we go up to the 6 and make it flat, that is my favorite note in any major song. It's known as the minor 6. It's usually built on a 4. So if we have a major chord and then get a minor 4, that's the note. It's the note. Composers love to use it. It has a certain sadness to it, but I love it anytime I hear it in a song.
I will lay down my heart.
Coming from Lane or Ellie there in the middle voices.
I'll feel the power, but you won't know who you won't. 'Cause I
So the way we strip that down slowly and gradually, even having the descent and pitch of the background vocals doing their riffs, which by the way, it's really impressive to be able to harmonize with somebody who's riffing like that. So the fact that they're doing it in 2 or maybe even 3 parts is incredible.
know who you won't. 'Cause I
So the fact that we're able to just linger, like I mentioned before, and have a silent moment, even if it's not a long silent moment, is a show that we're able to be patient in the arranging process from Jeff, and it adds so much to the impact of the song, as opposed to if we had just gone through and held out those lower harmony notes.
can't make you love me.
And now that we're back into the softer section, we're not in full chest for those high notes. It's more of a mix or a head voice to add the idea of being in a softer section. So very nice.
If you don't, if you don't, ooh,
Alright, let me listen to this. Yeah, we end on a minor chord. Do we? It's minor with a suspended minor 4, major 2 is the chord we end on. Very not resolute, but it works really well for this song. Um, you don't always have to resolve at the end of a song. Is that it? That's it, right? Yeah. I really love Jeff's arrangement of the song. I think it's so pleasing to listen to. I think he did a really good job with the arrangement and incorporating EJ as a soloist and Lane as the lead baritone. Um, so we get under the soloist, we always get tenor 1, tenor 2 with Caesar, and baritone and bass. And I think it's good that VoicePlay is able to do that. There's just something about five guys in a group together. It's kind of like a barbershop quartet, but with five, which is part of the reason I really enjoy listening to Home Free because the way they arrange always allows for so much beauty with that. Especially, I just reacted to How Great Thou Art. I just recorded that one. Um, and having the five voices, it just has so much impact. So I like that they're able to do that for this song. And yeah, I mean, very pleasing to listen to. So go subscribe to VoicePlay. That's all I have for you in this video. I will see you in the next one.